set my own goals.
When you learn from your mistakes and you work very hard and never give up, and sometimes you need to improve what you've done in your work. To use success criteria and learning intention, and to be in the pit.
What feedback do your teachers give you?
What your next step is. Good learner is when you know who you are in your learning and you take responsibility of it. In Year 2 we are swag learners. The swag learner is when the S is for success criteria you have in your learning so you know what to do. The W is for willpower, and the A is for attitude, that you say, like, I can do it. You have a growth mindset, but if you don't have a growth mindset, you have a fixed mindset, and you don't, I can't be bothered. G stands for our goal when we've achieved all of our work, but there's still more. So we look at our steps and success books to see what our next steps are. Feedback. In our success criteria, we have a feed forward, which is a part of it. And the things we don't do, like Mr. Marker, punctuation. Goals is where you have to get to the end, and after the goals you have to go to your steps of success booklets to see what your next step will be. And if I've completed the Year 3 skill and it's green, that means I can move on to the Year 4 skill. Go into the pit, and when they want to get out, they have to think of strategies like see 3 before me, ask the table, ask a partner, ask the people next to you.
Good learner knows his feed forward and knows his feedback and what is the next step. Good learner also knows its success criteria and how the lesson is successful. A good learner also enters the pit when they struggle, and it helps them to get on with their work. Pit is basically well, it's not a real pit. It's just something. It's an imaginary pit that people enter when they're stuck and when they use different strategies to get out of the pit, and once they finally completed their task and they're happy with it, they are out of the pit. Usually when you do a higher level of work than your year group should, because it's challenging, like Year 8 maths.
What makes a good learner is a learner who never gives up and keeps on trying and knows their success criteria and knows their feedback and feed forward. Normally we have slips which will say our success criteria and they know it, so at the end of the session we'd have to mark it, rag rate it, which is red, amber and green, of how we felt on the session, of what we did. And we would also sometimes we'd write our own feedback and feed forward, or our partner would do it, or our teacher would do it.
Our cold task, where we have another toolkit.
Yeah.
And our cold task is, so Miss Morris would say to do something, she wouldn't tell us anything about it. She will give us a little bit of information, and then we have to try and write one.
Okay.
And then here we have another one which has changed a lot from at my hot task. So the green, it's one character alone talking to himself or herself, expressing their feelings, which is a green. And then rhetorical questions or speculative starter, which is like questions in it and a question at the start, which is a red because I haven't got any questions in it. Two-sided argument, red because it just gives you one side. And then I didn't follow the structure of dilemma, explain, decide. Dilemma is like that's saying, should I take the biscuit or not take the biscuit? And then explain, you explain both thoughts of both sides of the argument. And then then decide, do you take the biscuit or not take the biscuit? And then allow the reader to follow the character's feelings. It tells you what the character's feelings are. And then 3 short questions in the text. I haven't got any questions in it whatsoever. And then adverbs and no adverbs. And we have annotated a soliloquy, but this is with help. And then this one we did independently.
Okay.
That one is from Much Ado About Nothing, which is the play we're learning about.
Yeah.
And then that one's from Homer Simpson.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And really they're both the same, just one's being helped by and the other one is...
So this one you do on your own?
Yes, that one's being done on my own. And then we boxed up the other 2. We talked about them, and then we planned our hot task. I've written my hot task, and then
So what's the hot task then? That means you know what you're doing?
Yeah, we know what we're doing. And then it has been teacher assessed, which means Miss Morris has written the feedback, which is what I've done well. And then feed forward is to what I can do to make it better. And then we have our learning intention, we have skills, so it's year 5, what you would do in year 5, year 6, what you would do in year 6, and year 7, what you would do in year 7.
Okay.
And then our success criteria is what we can do, what we have to do to be successful. And then we either mark them green, orange or red, like this.
Right, yeah.
Green means you've done it really well, orange means you've done it slightly, and red means you haven't done it whatsoever.
Okay.
And then I use the post-it note to answer this,
Yeah.
the feed forward. And then I did my redraft, and it still needs more polishing.
Okay.
So it never really